Can my actors come in?
Don't strip me out, young lady. Shh.
Okay,
Thank you.
so this is how the story goes. Long, long ago, in a village on an island far away in the middle of nowhere, I mean, it was this little paradise. People were happy. They would trade with nearby villages, different islands, get different goods. It was paradise. But not all paradises can stay perfect forever. One night, it was a beautiful night, as they usually were, and then the moon, this beautiful, bright, full moon, rose up in the sky and suddenly turned blood red. And in the shadow of that blood red moon, the shadow of a bird appeared. This bird being the Meticrane. The Meticrane then swooped down, attacking the villagers.
Frankie, this was better though.
And then took one of the villagers and flew off to its nest.
Oh, goodbye.
The panicked villagers ran to their elders, screaming, "Elder, elder, please help us! The Meticrane is attacking us! What do we do? How do we keep our village safe?" And the elder's like, "Aye, guys, this is real simple. We can do this really easily." So, what you do is you dig in this big hole. And they're like, "Ah, yes, we have the means of this big hole. We'll capture the Meticrane. It's perfect." So they go and they start digging, and they make this massive hole in town square. But after a while, they're just like, "Okay, perfect hole." And then they go on with their daily lives. They forget, and they move on. Until, again, one night the moon rises big, bright, full, suddenly turning blood red. The Meticrane appearing once again, swooping down to attack the villagers. Eventually taking one of the villagers and flying off to its nest to go eat it.
Sadly. Goodbye.
So then they ran back to the elder, crying, "Elder, elder, help! We dug the pit. We did what you asked. What did we do wrong?" And the elder's like, "Guys, you didn't let me finish. Once you have the pit, you gotta put this loon in it." And they're like, "Oh, yes, we'll lure the Meticrane in. It's perfect. That's all we need." And so then they go hunting and they go find the biggest loon that they can find. And they find this giant, massive loon and, tie it down in the pit and everything. And it's perfect. That's all they need. And then they move on with their daily lives and they forget. Until, once again, the moon rises big, bright, and full, suddenly turning blood red, the Meticrane appearing once again for another night, swooping down and attacking the villagers.
We have to revive someone.
Oh my god, the Meticrane!
Magically revive her.
And then the Meticrane goes and takes the villager off to its nest.
Okay, goodbye. Don't take my loon. It's mine.
And so, they're panicked and they run back to the elder crying, "Elder, elder, what happened? You did everything you said." And the elder's like, "Guys, let me finish. Once you have the loon in the pit, you gotta fill the loon up with sugar to make it tasty." And they're like, "Yes, of course. What were we thinking? It's not appetizing." And so they go and they trade with other islands to get sugar and honey, and then they feed this loon until it's morbidly obese. This really sugary loon. Poor loon. Anyways, but then they go on with their daily lives, forgetting. Until one night, the moon rises big, bright, and full, turning blood red suddenly. For another night, the Meticrane has returned. It swoops down on the villagers, attacking, clawing, screaming. Hello, And it grabs one of the villagers, but it pauses. It looks at the loon in the hole full of sugar. And it looks back at the villager. And it looks back at the loon. And then eventually takes the villager and flies off.
Can we revive another human?
Nope, it's fine, we don't need more. And then the remaining villager runs back to the elder. "Elder, elder, help, it didn't work. We found the loon. We put the loon in the hole. We dumped the hole. What do we do?" And the elder goes, anything if you don't have a net. And they're like, ah, we're dumb, we forgot the net. So then they go and they weave this giant net big enough to catch a giant bird. And then they go on with their daily lives again, forgetting, as you've heard the story many times, they go on with their daily lives forgetting what happened. Until one night the moon rises big, bright, and full, turning blood red, the Meticrane appearing once again. Swooping down on the village, and it picks up the last remaining villager, but it pauses. It looks at the loon in the hole full of sugar, then back at the villager, then back at the loon, before eventually dropping the villager, swooping down in the hole to get to the loon, which then they on it, and they capture the Meticrane. Victorious. So,
Dude, it actually got hurt when that happened.
shh. I gotta go. But you may be asking yourself, what's the moral of the story? Why was I telling you this story? You may be thinking, don't interrupt your elders. You know, that's a pretty common one. Don't interrupt your elders, listen to others, things like that. Now, that's pretty, I guess you could take that away. But personally, what I think is a better takeaway of this story is a loon full of sugar helps the Meticrane go down.
Don't make me crush.
Please tell me you guys actually got that.
I did.